and welcome everybody out there in YouTube and D&D land. Before we jump back into the action, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It definitely helps out our community oh so very much. It allows us to continue to do what we are doing for the sake of just doing it. In addition to that, if you're interested in joining our community, joining any of our games, you can reach out through our Patreon and get hooked up inside of any of them. You could also just support us by becoming a member here on YouTube. Memberships, I believe, are $3.99, $4.99, something like that. And it just helps provide a little bit more, assistance with what we are doing so that we can continue to grow, continue to get more cool little bells and whistles with everything, and, well, take off from there. But without further ado, let's get to it. Where last we left off, the party had moved into a desolate forest, a creepy, petrified-looking location filled with spider webs all around. Discovering a pathway, you all followed into it just by scorching it to be a little bit taller. At the end of this pathway, you discovered the individual who originally made that smaller one. A little goblin folk by the name of Joy that you all got to meet. Now, upon having a little conversation with her, Fordrum realized that the dagger that was locating the specific Fae that you were looking for right now rotated behind him, but he still didn't see the entity even when looking more closely in that direction. It wasn't until she chose to make her appearance for you all that you became aware of Belda Marie, a very powerful and old spider-like hag that radiated with an energy of not exactly distrust, but deception. Though you did learn through Joy that Fae can't lie. They're not allowed to lie. It is physically binding that they cannot do so. But they'd like to be deceptive if they can be. And after trading away a few goodies, some of which, unfortunately, not getting the value from them that you really wanted, you eventually came to the terms of handing over this attuning fork to Belda Marie and removing the curse on Corvus's family and lineage. So, after that, you all ventured back out of this area, moving very quickly and bringing along with you this new goblin folk. And now you break out back into the jungle-like terrain. And this is where we pick up. Some of you are a little tired if you're not athletic.
Well, from here, I say we make our way out, make our way back to Corvus's father, see how he's doing. I think we can, at that point, heal his broken body, and then maybe get them back on track to earning their way. I wonder if they're going to have the foresight that you talked about now, or if that part of the deal is broken.
With how the deal works, they should still have it because they just completed the deal. Unless the fates are being very vindictive, but they shouldn't be. If they want to honor. It'd be very stretching if they didn't.
Well, we'll see what happens. I don't really trust any of these people.
I would have asked about that if I had the collateral for it.
Yeah, no worries. You can trust in their words, just not their intentions.
Strange group.
Yeah, used to it after a while. With a lot of talking. Be careful of what you say. They take a lot of things literally.
You spent a lot of time around the Fae, Joy.
I spent a lot of I spent a lot of time around Belda.
How much time?
She gives a date for a week ago. How long was it since that day?
About a week.
So for about a week.
That's a lot of time for you. Okay.
Yeah, a lot of time. I could have been doing other things. I could have been walking. I could have been reading another book.
Literally any other thing.
Yeah, many things I could have been doing. That was a lot of time.
Joy, also remember, you live until 16 as a goblin.
I thought it was,
Oh.
is it 16 or 60? Goblins live till 60 if I remember correct.
No, goblins have a very short lifespan.
But is that a cultural thing, or is it because of the repercussions of being a goblin in the world?
Oh, you adult by 8, but you live up to 60. Yeah, it's a cultural thing. It's not. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
In the Empire, most
That's a
goblins
life
don't make it past
expectancy.
16. Right. Unimpeded 60. Hey.
Oh, Joy has a long future ahead of her, hopefully.
That's
She might
still
even
the
make to
short
50.
group.
She might get to 30.
Yeah.
You may have chosen the wrong path if that's where you're going. If you're looking for old age, I'm just saying we don't necessarily have the track record. Just how do you feel about prison, Joy?
I don't like it. Bad experiences with that.
Yeah.
Same, but experience is all the same.
You
I
may...
don't like prison.
Prison's
I have
not
to
good.
emphasize that is plural experiences.
Y'all
So?
been to prison?
Yep.
So,
So
are you all
plurality.
walking back to Diastock?
I
Yep.
mean, you don't
If
exactly
only
have
there
no
was... Yeah, if only there was another person who was capable of teleporting you back there the way that you originally got there.
Unfortunately, we haven't seen a circle anywhere.
You guys arrived in Diastock on a circle.
Yep.
I thought you told me we weren't heading to a circle. Because I asked her.
Oh,
we
yeah,
did
that's not
ask.
one of the locations that you have. Yeah.
Because
That's
she
right,
said
that's
she
right.
didn't know the local circle, and if I found it, she
Right.
wanted to know about it.
Right. So you need to work on finding it for her. All right, so you guys
Yes.
are going to track your way back there on foot.
Uh-huh.
Alrighty. You guys cool if we just fast forward through this?
I'm good with it.
Please.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Somebody roll me a
later.
D100. Let's just see if something happens along the way.
May I?
Oh, God.
Sure.
Sure.
15.
Odds are.
I love rolling D100s.
I forgot you're just as bad as Otis.
Yeah, Jiro knows that I love rolling them because I always get horrible results. Or interesting results.
All right, well, let me reflect on the danger about... Actually, 15 is not low enough for any confrontations.
What? I should
Yeah.
have rolled.
Hamdrin's Formdrin's disappointed that we didn't get a.
I'm just kidding.
You all
I'm just
take the very, very long, not really treacherous journey back outside of the surrounding forest and heading your way all the way northwest, back to Diastock. Roughly about 2 weeks later, you all arrive in town. As you are walking through, you look around yourselves and you see that the town is still in the exact same manner that you all left it. As you begin walking through, you do get everyone in town stopping to go, "Morning! Morning! Morning!" to each of you.
Hello. Hello.
Respect to everyone.
Hello.
They do a double take towards you, Joy, but they still go, "Hi," and keep
I'm
going.
trying to keep the hood low kind of thing. Like, oh.
Right. But you all move through the city, and there's not really anything out of place that you can tell. You look at the castle in which your father is bedridden, Corvus, and there doesn't appear to be anything wrong about it.
That's a good sign. Or at the very least, a net neutral sign.
So, are you ready to go inside, Corvus?
Yep.
Ready as I'm gonna be.
Alrighty. You all step up to the front of the estate. The guards recognize you yet again, Corvus, and allow each of you in, but with hesitation when it comes to Joy. They definitely need your assurance. However, in 2 weeks, she has not tried to kill any of you on this journey. So, there's that.
Might bug you with questions. Tried to kill you with kindness.
Argon's happy to have conversations as we go.
Another intellectual.
There's someone to talk to about magic and.
But anyways, as you move through here, Corvus, you go down the long hallway, escorted by the guards, and they simply open the door. You look inside, and you see your father sitting up inside of some odd-looking contraption. It looks like a chair, but it has these wheels on the side of it for stability. And your mother appears to be pushing the back to keep him moving.
I wonder what they'll call such a contraption.
A wheelie go.
Okay.
We'll probably call it something silly like a rolling chair or something.
Yeah. Like
Rolling
rollerblades.
seat. Roller
Chair. Roller chair.
Roller chair.
Wheeled throne.
Roller seat.
As the door opens, your father looks up to you. You see he's still burned across many portions of his body, but he's clearly doing a lot better as he just smiles at you. You did it. You killed her.
No, I just gave her what she was looking for.
That's it? And
Yep.
all is forgiven?
It would seem that way.
It's amazing what happens when you fulfill your end of the bargain.
I don't know for certain that we're going to keep the upside of the deal, but the curse is gone.
I mean, lesson learned, right? No long-term damages to anyone other than myself, right? So, other than psychological, but you'll get past that, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to start a prayer of healing.
You conduct a prayer during their interactions, and it does seem to rejuvenate him a little bit. Looking at what ails him medically, one of the other healers here steps forward, a very old, paled-faced man with eyes that are almost fogged over, wearing wearing robes that have the iconography of the Crystal One. It would appear that he is beginning to heal naturally again, and we have already put in requests for a healer to regenerate his body even further, to expedite the process along. However, healing seems to be taking hold of him yet again.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
Well, Corvus, thank you. Thank you so much. And all of you as well. I wish there was something I could offer you all for helping me, but at this time...
We're a bit destitute.
We'll recover. We already have plans of selling the mine and other places for at least a minor return on investment, so we'll recover. Just sucks that mine was so valueless in the first place.
What mine was valueless? The one with the acid in it? The one that we originally found? I don't...
The one that crushed my body almost to death? Yeah.
I don't know that that's really the truth. I think it was valuable if it was just managed correctly.
What do you mean? Did you discover something? I'm sorry, I literally took 4 steps in there and then gestures at his body.
Yeah, I know. We're aware.
But is there something else?
Well, it's already set up to do a fair amount of mining. So all of the infrastructure that would be needed to make it mineable is in place. Even like unseen magical people who move things around and
Really?
do the work for you.
Did you see any proof of precious metals, gems, anything?
No, but we didn't dig much. We didn't dig at all. But without digging, you don't find anything. Everything that had been dug was found. So mines don't work where they just provide. You have to actually dig.
It has been over a month. Did you forget about what you guys did find?
Maybe I did.
You found platinum ore.
Oh, right.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh,
like
that's
in
right.
the entrance, platinum ore. Like
Right.
it's rich.
That's right.
Yeah, this mine is. We don't want to sell that just yet.
Really? So there is value there still. Okay.
Platinum.
Well, I'll call in a couple of favors across Zadash, and I'll see if I can't get a. I'm sorry.
I have some gold that might help you to.
Stop. It's my responsibility to take care of this family. Okay. If I have to pay up a couple of favors and go into debt a couple of years to recover, that's fine. I'll do it. It's the least I can do. You keep your earnings. Just, if we do get on hard times and your siblings, I'm sorry, they're both next to useless.
I left them with a rather sizable fortune.
Right.
Fordham just rolls his eyes.
Right. Well, thank you all so very much, and once we start yielding proper numbers, I'll be sure to compensate you all.
I know it's not my place, but can I make a suggestion? And I look to Corvus for a nod or anything.
Sure.
You ever think about maybe offering some of the take to a dwarven family? We're good at mines. Better than who you might get across Zadash.
Would your family be interested in partnering with me?
I don't know, but I mean, I feel like if it were me and I was gonna dig in a mine, I'd want my kin before other. We're honorable. We're holy people. We know how to do it safely, and we forge fantastic items that, while a little too gaudy for Corvus's tastes, other marquis and such like them.
Do you?
I'm wearing one of your pieces right now.
Hmm. Well, in all honesty, at this point in time, I can only call upon favors from individuals that I have built up a rapport with. However, if you have a family that is in the business of mining and you would like to build a partnership, I would relinquish a portion of my ownership of that mine to them in return for their assistance with excavating it.
All right. Let me write something and see what we can send.
Very well. And of course, if you need to send immediately, we have the good good priest here who can do that for us. The old man just like kind of smiles at you all.
I just half smile at him and go, "We got ways." Corvus, you got any of that paper?
Yep.
All right.
This is
Well,
worth one of these.
I'll write a note to my uncle explaining what we found, that it's an option, and if there's an interest with them or others, to reply back. And then we'll set up how to transport and take it from there.
Yeah. Okay. Keep in mind, you guys know how to use the fire paper ritual, but not everybody else does yet. The world is learning. So he's probably going to have to get back to you in more direct
Or we could include instructions on how to, write on the backside.
I mean, yeah, you could. Remember, that'll be another piece of paper, though.
It's worth
Just remember, it's mage paper that you're using, wizard's paper.
it. Yeah. I think it's
Okay.
worth it in this circumstance.
Sure. All right.
One's the instructions, and one is the please write on the back.
So, Corvus.
I mean, if that would be the whole thing, I'm not wasting a paper on that.
Your father will look over at you and can you take I don't know what to call it, stroll? Looks down. A stroll with me, real quick.
Sure.
And your mother shows you how to use the wheelchair properly. Push, pull, don't go too fast, don't pull too hard. Pretty standard stuff. And you two go down the hallway by yourselves. After you're a good 40 feet or so away from everybody else, he begins talking. Do you think we're safe?
I think we're as safe as we're going to be.
Belda, is she... Do you think she's going to come after me?
I don't believe so. At the very least, not anytime soon. She didn't say anything that would indicate she would. But our kind can be very tricky.
Right. I've been having these dreams. Just of spiders falling from the ceiling.
Yeah, spiders were kind of a thing.
Yeah, I kind of noticed when I talked to her the first time.
Yeah.
I don't know. My body's recovering, but
No, that's more than fair. I've had a few memories about that place as well.
how long are all of you going to stay in town?
Probably at least another, maybe a couple days.
Okay. Okay. And, we can take walks like this every now and again just to, keep tabs. I don't want to worry your mother, and no offense to them, but I don't trust people I don't know. Right now. When I saw your little friend come in, I was fearful she had changed what she looked like. Can they do that?
I know that they can't lie as a rule, but that sort of deception, I don't know how it fits in for them.
They can't lie.
Erring
Okay.
on the side of caution, they are powerful spellcasters, as far as I know. I wouldn't
You
put it beyond them.
You see his hands are kind of like trembling as they're clasped over one another. Are you Belda?
No.
Okay. Okay. He gives a very big sigh of relief. Okay. Okay. Couple of days. I should... The druidess should be here by then to, regenerate me. Good, good. By that time, I should at least be able to defend myself if anything happens. Nothing's probably going to happen, right?
No, I wouldn't bet on it.
Right. You know, not like I knew this was going to happen. But anyways, good job, son. Good job. You helped us out a lot.
I did what any son would do.
Kind of tilts his head to the side. I mean, what any good son would do. Kick him in the nuts. Really?
Call back.
But I'm probably going to stick to my room mostly. Of course we'll go for our strolls if anything does happen. Just just be around just in case. And you look at the side of his head and like although his body is recovering, you could tell his eyes look very paranoid right now.
Yeah. I briefly searched through my pack, and I pull out a belaying pin. Father, this might, it's not a lot, but I'm sure you might feel a bit more comfortable with something close at hand in case, on the off chance something does happen.
Right.
At the very least, it's just a sense of security.
He'll shakingly with both hands take it and kind of like tuck it up his sleeve on his right hand. Of course, dominant hand. Well, good. It's good that you're back. Oh, good. So, I should probably get some rest, huh? Let's go
Yes.
back. However, you should really talk to some of the nurses they have here. Your mother might be getting upset with how handsy they are. Can't blame them, but, you know.
I will be sure to do that.
So, you bring him all the way back to the room where everybody's still having their conversations. Joy is just looking at the bookshelf and reading books off the side of it. Your mother comes over. Corvus, feeling better, dear? I am. I think I need to rest up, everybody. It's been a long first day out of bed. So,
Maybe the first of many.
of course. But I will, see you on the grounds at some point. Take care. So, you all are shown to different quarters. You can choose to pair up in rooms, but this castle is large, or sorry, shouldn't call it a castle. This estate. It's not big enough to be a castle, it's just an estate. This estate is large enough that each of you could have your own quarters if you so desire. But that's your call.
Do they have a forge
In town,
in town? Yeah.
Yeah. there is a actually a nice wagon smithy in town. They do horseshoes, they do all of the pins and nails for wagons and
Yeah.
all of those things. So it's pretty big. It's just
I'll
it's
see if-
designed for that stuff.
Yep. I'm gonna see if they'll let me spend a few hours in there.
Sure. But back to what I was asking previously. Do you all want your own rooms or sharing?
I'll take my own room, sure.
I'm gonna offer if Joy wants to stay with me because I'm concerned that some of the guards may mess with the goblin.
Ah, you know what? That's fair in the Empire. Yeah.
Since
Sure.
since we're in the Empire and we at least share,
I-
the love
I-
of the arcane knowledge.
I will remind you, Joy, that you have a low wisdom, and he's asking you to spend time in this.
Yes, I know. I will do it, but don't do anything. Don't get handsy. She kind of like pointing the fingers, kind of like,
You come up to my knee.
Stop. Okay, we're done with that thought.
If there's a room that's near Argan and Joy's room, I'll take that. Because
Yeah.
same idea. If anybody messes with any of us,
Yeah.
I'll be badgering them.
All right. Yeah, you could have rooms all on the same wing as all of the guests, including the Astoleth. I guess elders.
Mhm.
Yeah, I guess that's the proper term for them. Matriarch and patriarch, yeah. But anyways, you all get either your individual rooms or sharing between the two wizards, and, well, it is the beginning of the day, so you all have whatever you would like to do for the day. Forge Amari said he wants to go into town and look for a forge. The other three?
I have this nice book in front of me I got from the hag. I need to read my first read through of it.
Yes, of course.
I
You
want to
can't
spend
read
all
while
my
walking.
time. I want to spend all my time trying to figure out the book I've got that I can't seem to figure out.
Go ahead
Two
and give me an
wizards in a room.
intelligence check.
Two wizards in a room, just reading books.
Two
even-
wizards chilling in a hot tub.
5 feet apart.
Because they're so awkward. Oh, Argan, I'm so sorry.
I'm never gonna pass it.
I know. You have one of the most powerful artifacts in the entire world at your fingertips.
I know. and I
Can't figure
let
out
it.
the lock.
And you're optimized to open it.
I know.
Can't.
I'll try to get when a forger comes back for the night and see if he can give me a little divine inspiration again.
All right, Corvus, are you hanging out with the nerds or are you hanging out with Fordrum?
I suppose I'll go hang out with Fordrum.
All right. So, the two of you walk through town, looking around and enjoying this very modern development that it has. Now that you're spending a bit more time in town and you're a little more relaxed, there's definitely an increased presence of guards in this area. Though none of them seem to interact with any of you, and, well, with any amount of hostility at all, actually. So, the two of you walk through. Yeah?
I just ignore them, pretty much. I feel like they don't bother me.
The guards never bothered you anyway. Well,
Mm-mm.
as the two of you walk through, any chit-chat, anything?
Yeah. Joy, did you want any of these scrolls?
Do you mind if I use the dream one to look through?
No, help yourself.
I'm gonna try to finish this book first.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's in my
Well,
bag if you need it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Joy has a smile on her face at that statement.
Yeah, I know that's a dangerous statement, but he's spent his too much time around Regina. He just lives in the chaos now.
Yeah. Joy's just
I
reading the
think
book.
we all do at this point.
Yeah.
Joy's just going through her first read of the book, petting a weasel in her lap. She's just like head scratching like this, just reading.
Mm-hmm.
Now
The
that
weasel
Corvus
wiggles
is
around.
now that Corvus's family's on the up and up again, I'm going to give him the cloak of billowing, so that he can look more dynamic as a noble.
Oh, you trying to give him an
Oh.
aesthetic? You trying to go for the big aesthetic of gallant hero kind of thing?
Yeah, Corvus is our.
I'm into it.
Corvus is the face now. So
Oh.
we picked up this cloak of billowing when we
Wait, shit, am I?
raided the giants. We also have a really cool backpack you haven't seen yet.
Magical or what kind?
We got a backpack that can hide things.
Yeah, but I don't think we can give that away. I mean,
I meant for Corvus.
Like a haversack, or is it
Kinda.
bag
I know,
of
but
It's
holding?
different.
Yeah.
Okay.
So did the four of you want to be together or go your separate ways? Which one?
I'm just going to the forge to see if they'll let me make something and then do a big long sort of prayer and build something. All the while I'll be asking Corvus about, how's his dad doing? How's the things going? What do you think about the plan of maybe looking for a dwarven family to place? Yeah.
He'll reply when he gets back. He just AFK'd. But yeah, you do find a smithy in town, and, well, they actually look pretty bored right now. Like, the guy has the hammer, just, like, balancing it on two fingers, just sitting down, looking bored out of his mind. The forge is on, it's just he looks bored. So, you walk in. It's a shit. Let's go with human. Everyone's a human in Dia stock.
Yep. Fine. I'm just going to say, hey, lad, you mind if I borrow your forge for a few hours?
That'll be 2 gold an hour, and you use your own material.
I look at him and I go, okay, how about this? I can teach you what I'm doing, and or you can have what I make when I'm done.
Roll a persuasion.
Okay. And I add in, I'm from Utherdurn.
Crit. Oh. He, like, straightens himself up. I mean, I guess I could learn a Utherdurnian technique or 3.
Wonderful.
Sure, yeah. Let me get ready. And he puts on, like, these obnoxious goggles and obnoxious freaking apron and big burly gloves, and you look around the shop and he literally makes horseshoes for a living.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. And he'll just hover.
Yeah.
You wanted to ask Corvus things?
I was just asking Corvus, making small talk. How's his dad? how does he feel about the plan of maybe inviting dwarves into their mine? Things like that.
As far as the dwarves, I think he's still mulling it over.
Yeah. I think that they will benefit that mine greatly. It's real raw, and it's been real neglected for a really long time.
I think so too.
I think the ends of what could become of it would be pretty great, hopefully.
I
So
agree.
yeah, good. I hope if the question comes up that we could have a little, I would hope that there could be a little trust built, and then everyone can go about their path beneficially. And with that, I'm gonna take out, like, I've got so many pieces of old ass armor and and shit that I've been wanting to melt for weeks. And I'm gonna make layers of it, and I'm gonna sit there and heat it up for a long time, and I'm gonna seem extremely nonchalant about as I'm doing it. And then as soon as I take the tongs and reach in the fire, I look over the shoulder and I ask the smith, all right, what's your name?
Bello.
Bello. All right, so here's what we're doing. And I pull out like 3 or 4 pieces, and I'm like, these are all made of slightly different metals. And then when we pound them together, they're going to become one, but not fully. The different elements of it will still remain separate. And I'm going to start wailing on it till it starts to combine and become a nice billet. And then I'm going to knock it in half and fold it over and heat it again until it gets to be this big block of all these layers of old ass armor until I finally am like, now, and then I'm going to smash them down again and then forge out. I'm going to actually make a gouging tool, the kind that you use to gouge out hooves, because that'll be functional for him. So I'm going to make a really fine Damascus gouging tool for this guy.
All right. Go ahead and roll me a blacksmith check utilizing, we'll call it strength.
18.
Not bad. Yeah, it's definitely better than what he has lying around the shop. His stuff looks to be years and years and years old. Like it was made and never upgraded ever.
Yeah.
So you definitely
Sort of
manage
figured
that. Corvus, you just hang out while he's doing this and, you know, appreciate a much simpler state for the first time in a while.
First
And
time in a while where
occasionally-
I'm not in immediate physical danger.
And occasionally, while sharing, I throw in little bits of scripture. Just 'cause
You're
it's
trying to
woven
convert.
No, but I try and make the beauty of the craft as sort of the religious implications that it's supposed to have.
Fair enough. So, during the evening, or during the majority of the day, you do successfully craft this item, and the guy ends up, like, you know, taking down a lot of notes of what you are doing, like, at certain times stopping you to look at it, exactly how you gripped it in order to move it while it was still in the fire. And, you know, this guy has, like, you would say he's only half skilled in blacksmithing. Like, he was shown how to do specific things, and that's it. He has no actual mechanical knowledge of how to be a blacksmith, you know? He just, it's like, I know how to set up macros, or I know how to program. Big difference.
Yeah.
And he seems to be soaking it up, and, you know, trying to contemplate different ways that he can make a living off of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it's done, I'll be like, look, next time you shoe a horse, lift here. It goes in the point this way. Handle goes left, go around. Handle goes right, go around. Clean hoof. And he'll be like, oh.
Yeah, definitely. But anyways, you complete your prayer. You complete the item. And by this time, the city has moved on over into night. You hear the stomping and clattering of different horses. You hear jolly noise coming from a couple of taverns. The quieted snores of the drunkards along the streets. And the two of you start heading back. Nice, easy day. Now, you all get back, and you're asked if you would all like to have dinner by yourselves, as the Lord is still currently not free at this hour.
Yeah, that I imagine we'll have dinner as a group when Fordrum and Corvus get back.
All right, that's what I'm saying. They're back.
Oh,
Walk through town, you get back.
There's one conversation I probably would have had with Argon.
Yeah.
So Argon, what's your specialty? What's your focus?
That's interesting. I've been I'm here trying to learn more about focus. My focus is on the manipulation of time.
Is that your only specialty? Do you have any other things you focus on, or are you just mostly focus on chronology?
Mostly chronology, though. I mean, I've got all of the basics. I was raised in the Lyceum.
Argon, insight check.
Jesus. Nope.
Fair enough. Fair enough. That's wonderful.
What about you? What's your specialty?
Practically, I'm very skilled with what I can do is in conjuration, though I do have a high amount of theoretical knowledge on enchantment. I'm not really the best at actually performing it, though.
Conjuration. No, I never did learn too much conjuration. It was not one of my better schools.
It's a fun one. It's up there with illusion for me. Those are my two favorite. I love the ability just to be able to move places so quickly and bring things to you.
It certainly can be handy. And my sister was better at conjuration and illusion than I was. I think she had a better mind to wrap herself around more abstract things, I believe, than I could. I never had the imagination for it.
Just be careful when you wrap things around. Don't wrap it too tightly. Don't want to hit the pole.
Just look at him confused. Argon doesn't always get subtext or jokes. Yeah.
Oh, there's a Corvus and Fortune.
Oh, I guess we should go see about dinner then.
Okay. And she walks up.
All right. The four of you go downstairs, and there is the remains of a fine dinner, leftovers, though way higher quality than what most of you are accustomed to. Corvus, you did stay out past dusk. Usually mealtime is an hour before dusk for dinner, but, you know, whatever. You haven't been on a strict regiment in a while.
I'm not going to complain.
And all of you have wild turkey that was freshly caught, mashed potatoes, a little bit of squash, you know, a hearty, filling meal.
After
as the
dinner,
four of
I'll
you sit down.
check in on Corvus's dad and see if he's all right. Offer more healing.
Oh, we're skipping past dinner? You guys don't want to talk? Okay.
Oh no, we can. Sorry.
So, Corvus,
Bless you.
excuse me, Corvus, Fordrum, Joy.
Yeah.
No, I think we're kind of at a Jasper if he got too busy pooping again.
Yeah.
Does he always do that? Is he
He
okay?
always does.
He's been having
Those-
some issues with
Those
his
forge
digestion.
diseases, man, they really get you.
Have you taken him to the medic? Like go to a medic or something, or to an herbalist. They might be able to help with that.
It would feel
I'm
like
sh-
cheating for him,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
I'm sure it'll pass in time.
It always does.
Do we have any idea where to next? I mean, for what little time I've been with you guys, actually, it hasn't been that little of a time anymore. This has been our focus.
Yep. Honestly, I sort of think that, I mean, I don't know how everyone else feels, but I think we had a foothold with that lady, what's her name from the...
Jenna Aerosaur.
Yeah. No, I know her name. I just didn't
Oh,
want to...
sorry.
Fordrum wouldn't say it. That lady, wizard with the assistant who's hot.
So you're not hung up on Janet, are you, Fordrum?
Yeah, a little bit. But
Damn it, Janet.
she had
I
some
love
other
her.
ideas going on. I wonder if she would need help. What do you think about offering some services to them?
I'll be honest, I'm not wholly against it.
All right. I mean, unless we want to,
Who are these people?
Oh, a powerful wizardess woman who works for well, I guess that could be an issue, but she works for the service assembly, and they sort of run behind the scenes the kingdom.
Are you familiar with the assembly, Joy?
No, just enough to know not to really mess with them that much, and if they come running, to run.
Okay, it's probably safe.
That's a starter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, I was always advised to stay 100 feet away from them at all times.
We also need to forge Jasper's sword.
Were you working on a forge or a sword for Jasper?
We were sort of. We were trying to forge it in Corvus's yard.
Before you wrecked it?
I feel like we is a safer.
Oh no, I had no part of that.
I meant we being Jasper and I.
Okay, yeah, I feel more comfortable with that.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's true. It was wrecked.
I had the day before my gardener died.
Yeah. We could also check in on Reggie. He might need us.
Again, sorry to interject, but
Oh yeah. Reggie works for the service assembly, kind of as a
Volstrucker.
enforcer. Well, his title's Volstrucker, if you know what that is.
he makes a little squeak at that, like, oh, Volstrucker.
He's one of the good ones.
Do you know what a
Yeah,
Volstrucker
wonderful.
is? As far as I know what I've been told about them. Most of it's not the positively favoring them or put them in a good light.
Right. We found one that is a good one.
You did.
We think so.
Well,
It was a good one.
If there's a good one, I'd be very interested in meeting one.
I can't speak for the rest.
If y'all want to meet, that'd be very
He
interesting.
seemed to think most of the rest of them were dicks.
Yeah.
Not all,
What? Do you know if he has any issues with goblins at all? Do you know?
If you're with
but I
us,
don't believe
they're not going to have.
As far as I know.
I just kind of have to be sure with general officials in the Empire. Not like it's the Grey Wilds, but
I feel like
Reggie
if you're
was the
with
type
us,
where, as long as you didn't go against, common decency and general morality, he probably wouldn't have a big problem with you.
are we adjusting our values now? We used to have, common decency wasn't part of our creed.
That's a new one for us.
Some of us it was.
Some of us it was true.
sure, I'd be interested in meeting him. He sounds like an interesting person.
I mean, I'm good for either of those options. She's, the Janet's boss is probably one of my few ways out from under the hunt.
Under the hunt?
Yeah, remember
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
As long as I don't cross his path, then I'm fine. But she's probably would be a terrible ally to have to hide from him.
On that note, there is a knock at the front door. You listen as one of the guards answers it. And then the guard walks away.
The guard left?
Yeah. They answered the door and then they went back to their post.
Oh, okay. They went back to their post. You made that sound like they answered the door and then they just left with whoever came to the door.
Towards Corvus.
I mean, we do know she was looking for a circle down here. If we could find that, then
yes,
we'd be able to trick. It'd get us deeper on our good side.
Yeah.
Do you know any locals here that might know that? Maybe your father or something like that, Corvus?
He might.
I'm sure whoever the noble is that runs this estate probably knows it. Or at least there's a good chance of it.
I would say that is the more likely.
Though I don't know that he'd have any reason to tell us.
I say we should ask tomorrow.
Good idea.
Though he seems to be very busy. Every time that we've come here, he's been, not away, but indisposed. I mean, I'm not used to I'm not a member of a noble family, but I've been around enough members of upper society to think that it would be somewhat strange for someone to have guests in their home multiple times and never at least meet the people that are in their home.
Well, I don't know.
Not from a sake of he owes us a meeting, but more of the fake of he wants to know who's in his house.
I mean, we traveled with Corvus for many months and he wouldn't even invite us in for dinner or sleep while we were traveling with him.
No.
You
Oh,
are
man.
more than welcome.
Maybe it's different in the Empire than where I'm used to. It just struck me as a little weird that he was always busy.
Are there any guards within hearing range?
Around the corner, but not like they're attentively watching you. They're just sitting in the main foyer and, being on guard.
You have to be careful with your wording. Yeah, the Empire can be quite weird sometimes.
Fair enough.
Eh,
Well, till the morning then.
Good morning.
Yeah, I guess it's a good time to go to bed.
Okay.
Then I'll go check on Corvus's dad if that's all right.
Very well.
Another little healing.
Well, let's role play a little bit here instead of skipping right on past it. It's okay. Not Corvus. Fordrum.
Yep.
The door opens up, and you see he is currently sitting inside of that wheelchair again,
Yeah.
looking at a stack of papers, and looks over at you. Hello. Who are you again?
I'm Fordrum. How you feeling, Lord?
Oh, I'm feeling great. Much better than I was earlier. Getting a little tired though.
Yeah.
I talked to your uncle, was it?
Uh-huh.
Yes, and I think we can come to a reasonable understanding. I just need to. He'll be sending someone down here soon. Just
Good.
need him to get connected with somebody over at the brigade, and they'll be able to give him access to the teleporter, and he'll come on through. So.
Brigade and teleporter. Brigade, the brigade here in this town. Is that what you
Well,
mean?
yeah, the Darrington Brigade.
Darrington
Are you
Brigade,
familiar
yeah.
with them?
No, we've only been
Oh.
here to see you.
Oh, well, if you're interested in learning a little bit about the influence of the most heroic adventurers in the Empire, there's a series of about 12 books over there, all labeled the Darrington Brigade and the legendary adventures of Tyrion Darrington and all of that.
God.
You know, I'm not much of a reader, but I'll borrow them for someone else who I am sure would
Yeah.
feel very interested.
Yes,
But
I'm
that
currently
big-
working on volumes 13 through 27. What
Ah.
else? I'd offer you those ones as well.
Oof. They sound like they've done a lot.
Oh, so much.
That's age
Fascinating.
23 through 24. This
Yeah.
6 books per year.
Yep. But yeah, how's
Would you like
Corvus?
He's doing pretty well. Would you like a little more healing before bedtime?
Oh, I think I'm fine.
Okay.
I talked to the priest, and he assured me that I just need to rest up more, and hopefully tomorrow the druidess will be here. Then some of
Okay.
these burn marks can start regenerating.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Just out of curiosity, Joey, do I think something like, I know that calm emotions is intended for something else, but do I think that casting something like that on him to give him peace for a good night's sleep could be beneficial, or do I think it's just manhandling something that probably doesn't really need to be manhandled?
It would assist him go to sleep faster if that is what he's actively doing.
Yeah.
Right now he's writing, so like you would calm him and it would give him a moment of peace, but like in order for it to really affect, like if he was lying down and you cast
Yeah.
calm emotion, if their mind is racing, they're out. Like
Right,
if they're
right.
tired, of course,
Right.
And he
Right.
does look
yeah,
tired.
I wondered if something like since he was saying he was having dreams of spiders and things, I was going to try and see if I could think of something that would shield some of that from him. But
Oh,
I
there's
don't know
only
that I
one
have.
spell that can do that, and that's the dream spell.
Yeah, I don't do those things.
Which
so.
we have a scroll of.
Hey.
Like you
But
said,
yeah.
you learn from all the spells you learn through rolls too.
But yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
As you're walking out, can you ask the guards their names for me, please? The ones keeping watch.
I can.
Thank you.
I lean my head out and I go, "Hey, what's your names?"
Rusky. Forces. You hear
And
from
I
down
look-
the hall. My name's Michael.
Rescue Forces and Michael.
That sounds normal. Okay. Good. Thank you.
You're welcome. Whiskey? It's
A
good.
lot of it, please.
Here you go. And I walk over and take my thing and fill his glass.
Fortune, with your passive, as you approach, you see he does pull a belaying pin out from underneath his sleeve, but not like he's ready to stab you, but just getting cautious.
I smile at him super big to try and relieve his tension. Pour it in there. Take a sip out of the same jug before I strap it back on my thing, and I go, "Enjoy it, lad, or enjoy it, Lord. You'll
Thank you.
you'll be well soon."
Takes a very deep swig and
It's magic, huh?
closest thing there is to it.
Well, may the Father look over you. Good night.
Goodbye. And you walk out.
Yeah.
Fortune, as you're leaving, roll me a perception check, please. Very well. You make it back over to your room. Everybody else is already in their rooms, of course. You do see that there is a guard walking down the hallway, but there's been guards walking down the hallway all day. Just, they patrol every 10, 15 minutes or so.
Okay. I'll make eye contact with him and give a nod when he, walk by, go in the room, close the door. Say prayers before going to bed, drink some whiskey.
And you do hear a very faint whistling as the guard walks by. But anyways.
Hey, we're sleeping here.
Whistling, it's the dire giant in disguise.
I know, I was gonna say
Duh.
it's
He's the only
Oh.
other person I know that whistled.
all the villains that have whistled in this fucking thing. I'm never gonna trust that guy. He's lucky he's
Alrighty.
got his head.
So. You all go to sleep one by one?
Yep. With no watches.
With
None
no
at all.
watches. Why would you need to watch? There's perfectly good guards.
Right.
I do lock my door though.
That's fair. There is a lock.
You
for
lock
a
your door,
reason.
Argon? Or because Joy isn't. Are you gonna lock
What?
it? Are you
No,
locking
I'm
the
not
door?
gonna lock the door. No.
I'm not locking the door.
Forgery.
Our door's unlocked.
What? Am I gonna lock my door? Hell no.
Oh, that's not what I was going to say.
Okay.
In the middle of the night,
Yep.
as you lie there, almost subconsciously, you're counting the repeated footsteps of the guards as they move past. You know, white noise to just
Uh-huh.
keep in the back of your mind. Dunk, 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 dunk. The guard misses a beat. You hear dunk. And then nothing.
Well, I get out of bed to that,
Okay.
grab my axe, walk to the door, open it, and stick my head out.
Roll me a perception check, please. You see the guard is standing there in the hallway,
Uh-huh.
15 feet down from your door. Right foot in the air,
Mm-hmm.
not moving.
Okay.
You see these tiny little cords coming down from the ceiling, connecting to each of his limbs as if he's suspended there.
Okay. I walk down there.
All right. You wander down the hall. It's a little chilly, but not bad chilly for you. It's nice chilly, like cozy chilly. You walk over.
I'm gonna walk
body-
around so I'm in front of him.
As you get around to the other side, you see there's a large spider over his lips and these multiple different threads connecting to his body as his eyes are darting all around looking terrified.
Okay. I push his body back, seeing if the webs that are holding him will let go.
The tension is taut.
Can I grab the spider that's in front of his mouth?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. I'm gonna grab it and try and crush it.
All right, give me a strength check.
Just a straight strength.
Yep.
21.
You grab onto the spider and snap it, and as that happens, you see all of the threads loosen and the individual's body collapses to the ground. Pulls out a whistle and starts blowing it at the top of his lungs. All of you are awakened to the sound of an emergency whistle now.
What
I
happened?
will.
What's going on? What's going on?
After about his fourth or fifth breath, he's looking down the hallway, stands up, draws his blade, and I stopped moving. I stopped moving for some reason. I didn't see what happened.
I run to
The Lord! And he
I
takes
run for
running off.
Corvus's door. Corvus's
He's running the
dad's door.
opposite direction towards the Lord of the Manor's home.
Right. Yeah, I don't care
Yeah.
about that guy. He hasn't even said hi.
Everyone
I'm
else,
just,
what are you doing?
I'm grabbing my sword and shield and also running for my father.
You're donning your armor?
No.
Okay.
Waking up, grabbing my bag of goodies, and gonna peek my head out the door. See what I see, and then going to quickly try to get Argon to figure out what we're gonna do.
Well, first thing we need to do is go find Corvus and Fordrum. So I'll grab my pack and my staff and start heading out towards whichever one of those rooms is closest.
All right. Directly outside the hall, maybe 6, 7, 8 paces away, you see Fordrum standing there in his nightshirt holding his shield and axe. Corvus is popping
Fordrum-
out right now as well.
Fortune, are you okay?
I start running for Corvus's dad's room. I don't.
Jasper will
I'm
jump
like,
out as well.
Come on.
I'll follow Fordrum.
Mage armor and following.
1 second. I'm sorry. I'm looking at his character sheet because I'm not that familiar with it. Nope, he doesn't have any of that. As you're all running down the hallway, Jasper will reach out to Corvus, mage armor, and Fordrum, mage armor.
Wow.
I'll cast mage armor on myself.
That makes your AC equal to 13 plus dexterity, since neither of you are wearing armor right now.
Cool.
It's better than nothing.
So,
But as you run down the hallway, you round the corner, and you see suspended out front of the door, there are 2 individuals just connecting to threads as there are spiders engulfing their body, wrapping them up like a cocoon around it. The static guards placed in front of your father's room.
open the door. I skip them.
All right. 2 of you run over there, or the 5 of you, sorry, run over there and slam the door open. You all see the visage of Belda Marie hanging over top of Corvus's father's bed. And she looks back at all of you and hisses and spits all over the room. And this is where we're coming back next week, everybody.
Oh.
Yeah. She said she had no problem with any of you. But anyways, players, thank you all very much for playing. Viewers, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you all had a fantastic time. And don't miss next week, as that is going to be the finale of the Astoleth Curse, or possibly the Astoleth family. We will see you all next time, so be sure to stay tuned. Bye.